Good evening and welcome to a Requiem for London, a night in London. And, well, this night is, well, the where we start to look at this night is in a fairly fancy place. There's some sort of cocktail bar in a nicer places in London. There's quite a few people gathered, and some people are here because they want to be, and some people are, well, they're here because they have to. One of these people is, well, it's Miss Belenko. She's wearing, actually, I do think I have another picture of her dress. It, it's a, it's a, suppose a normal fancy cocktail dress of some description. There is, oh, there we go. Yeah, she's just arrived. And, yeah. She looks not necessarily tired, but not bored, but on edge, perhaps is the best word. Somewhat uninterested, a mixture of uninterested, on edge, and not being, well, at ease with where they are in general. But she's not the only person here. There is another, well, several others. One of which, either of you, would you like to introduce yourselves?
Go ahead, Doctor.
Okay. So Isabel is kind of in the corner. She's got a notepad. She seems to be taking notes on who's there, on the, I guess, the models, the fashion models, taking particular note of certain things that some people are wearing. She'll talk to people occasionally, but doesn't seem particularly engaged. Natalia, you'll notice she's wearing the same dress she was wearing at the Elysium. Like, it's clean, but it's the same dress that she was wearing there.
Mm-hmm.
When she notices you, she'll kind of give you a nod because she recognizes you.
There's actually a smile, and she does for a second, actually for more than a second, for a couple of moments, she just stands there. She's not hiding that she's probably thinking about what to do. But she begins to move over and, well, she begins to approach. Just come over and just say, good evening.
Good to see you again.
Same, I think.
You don't seem particularly confident in that.
Well, it's all this. She looks around. All of these different interests, makes it quite hard to know, is it hello, goodbye, pleasant to see you, all of these things, or is it, Mexican standoff time?
Well, politics isn't really my game, so you've done
Lucky
nothing.
you. Lucky you.
I have plenty of other things to worry about. And now apparently costuming too, as if I get paid enough for this.
Well, I feel your pain. What kind of doctor are you?
I'm a veterinarian.
Oh, well, okay.
I take care of the animals at the circus de Macabre, and I...
Of course. Yeah, okay, I get it.
something of a long story leading me from point A to point B, but I can't really complain aside from when I have to run errands. But I suppose there are worse places I could spend the evening.
Yeah, a bit. I mean,
What about you? You seem like you're a long way from home.
What do you mean?
You also don't seem like you're from here.
What gave it away, my accent? No, it's fine. I mean, I enjoy it here. You don't need to roll anything. She is lying her ass off.
But she hasn't really told me any information. I mean, I don't really care if she enjoys it here or not.
But no, like you're spot on. She does not belong here, and she's not even. Well, either she's failing or she's not even trying. One thing is certain. She's
As one who gets it off as well. Yes, the accent.
Yeah, I suppose. Well, you know, lots of, yeah, politics. It's fine. It's it's the way the world is. I mean, it's not. She kind of trails off.
Did I hit a sore subject? I apologize.
And she almost snaps her head at you. And she's like, no. It's just I have a lot on my plate. Yeah, I have a lot of things I need to work on. So what? Like for a party get together. It's not really a party, but you seem to be taking a lot of notes. Is there something I'm misunderstanding or?
Oh well, it's a. Joshua wanted me to take a look at some of the costuming, or I suppose outfits, fashion, whatever. I don't know. He wanted me to take a look if there's anything we could possibly incorporate into our upcoming season, and just seeing who's who.
She looks at you for a moment, and she just says, "Between the two of us, does he always talk like he talks?"
Joshua?
Yeah.
Varying degrees.
Oh, thank God. Jesus Christ, that one. I mean, honestly, that's got to be really fucking exhausting to listen to. Look, I'm sorry, I didn't mean any insult or anything. It's just, yeah, it's just, wow. Okay, I mean, I know people have stage personas and stuff, but I mean, seriously, look, I'm just going to stop talking. I'll be right back. And Natalia will just walk off for a moment.
Isabel just kind of laughs and goes back to what she's doing. Victor, what are you doing?
Victor has already activated awe prior to you all attending, so I don't have to get you into it. So that is all going on. Like, you will see people just kind of flocking to the beautiful man, kind of wandering around, talking to people, seemingly enjoying himself immensely, making the ladies giggle when he talks to them. And he just seems like he's having the time of his life. He's wearing a obviously ridiculously expensive tailored suit, and you probably figure he spent a good hour in front of the mirror prior to coming down to see people. But he's glad handing everybody, trying to meet new people. He will eventually make his way over to the lady in the corner with the notepad. Be like, oh, hey, how are you doing this evening?
Can't complain. You seem to be having a good time.
Oh, this is magnificent. It's my first social event since being in country, so it's a nice change from sitting around by yourself and reading.
I suppose it's a change.
Yeah, I enjoy it. People are entertaining. You are actually the type of person I've been looking for. He will smile and hold out his hand. I am Victor Mantis. It's a pleasure.
She'll take it and shake it. Dr. Isabel Morrow.
A pleasure.
Why are you looking for me?
I have questions that most of these people can't answer. The fun part about this Requiem edition 2 is vampires know vampires.
Mhm.
So I'm super happy. Like, I found one. But yes, I have questions so I don't step on anybody's toes that can squish me into the ground. That would be fantastic to get answers for.
I don't know if I'm the best one to talk to.
Well, you're fantastic to talk to. So you're a doctor. What kind of doctor are you?
I'm a veterinarian, actually.
Oh, that's amazing. I love animals.
No, she come by the circus.
The circus? There's a circus?
Yes, Cirque du Macabre. We're kind of stationary, but we typically travel around. She'll pull out like a business card with a little flyer that for advertising times, and the name of the circus is the Cirque du Macabre, or Cirque du Macabre.
Thank you. I will definitely have to make a visit. That sounds amazing. What kind of animals do you have?
The moment. What would you typically see? We have lions, horses. We do have an elephant.
Oh, that's amazing. I would definitely want to see an elephant. I've been told, I did reading once that elephants view humans like we're puppies or dogs to them. So I think they think we're cute.
More like children.
Well, that works too.
We're very small.
It's still very adorable. I don't know why. It makes me smile.
Elephants are surprisingly personable.
That's awesome. And they're all treated well because they have a fantastic veterinarian on staff. So that works.
I try. Some of them did not come from particularly good situations, but...
Well, as long as they're in a better situation now, you
win. Make sure of it. So what brings you here?
Honestly, I just wanted to get out of America. I wanted to see the world, so... I
know the feeling.
To London I come, I guess. Had a friend of a friend that lived out here and decided to make an attempt at starting a business up out here and laying down some roots somewhere other than where I was born.
Where were you born?
Arizona.
Really?
Yeah, it's a little sunny there.
At this point, Natalia just begins to approach again, and she's about to say, or she starts to say something like, "Hey, who's your?" And it's about that point she comes closer. She's knows what's going on, and she goes, "Oh, hello.
Welcome back.
How are you doing this fine evening?"
Well, good. She kind of looks you over and puts out a hand.
I'll reach out my hand. I'm Victor Mantis. It is quite the pleasure to meet you.
Yeah, I'm sure. And she shakes your hand. Natalia.
Natalia, it is a pleasure. I do have a question. He looks around to make sure there's like no prying ears. Where is the appropriate feeding areas here?
Depends on where your loyalties lie. Here's where the conversation gets awkward.
Awkward.
She kind of crosses her eyes and smiles.
Why don't why don't the three of us just sit right over there in those chairs? It's a little
private.
Yeah.
He will walk over and he will attempt to be the gentleman and pull out your chairs for you.
Mm.
Wait for you to be seated and then sit down.
And Natalia sits down. She smiles again. She kind of sticks out here. Not by her appearance, but just it actually seems as this whatever this conversation is going to be like is the first thing that might actually just make her less annoyed, tired, whatever it is that's bugging her.
Okay.
But she's just yes. So, like here, or here in the city here.
In the city. I didn't know if they had a universal feeding ground or if it was as the doctor.
No, I think it's again. She's also looking around. I think it depends on covenant and stuff.
Do you are either of you happen to be Invictus?
No.
No.
Though statistically speaking, that's actually unlikely. Actually, Natalia, what are you? I don't remember.
There, like before you, like during what you say, there is just a very long sigh. Yes, I'm also. We can talk afterwards.
As you wish. Why the sigh?
Oh, it's business. Lot of things. It's I just think of all of the things I have to do in
Oh.
covenant business.
Understand.
I am going to roll something because she is lying again. Yes, I have not made a character that has an easy on life. I have made one that has a very, very tough on life.
Well, I have shit for social skills, so I would likely not try or pick up on it. I mean, I'd probably pick up on it, but I wouldn't.
I actually do have a success, and
What's-
I can roll one dice. Yeah, she has one success.
What's the roll against that?
Perception, empathy, I think.
There's no perception.
Oh, right. What is it called? Wits. One.
I think it's what's empathy.
Yeah, I think it is wits, empathy.
I have 2 successes.
Yeah, there's something about that that's
So yeah, I'll roll.
doesn't like. Maybe she's having an off night. Maybe there's more than that. What she said, something about that doesn't sit right. But
Does it ring completely true? Understood. Well, I'm not trying to cause any troubles. I'm just looking to meet new people, and I've already met 2 lovely new people, so my night's been successful.
yeah.
Ooh, I got a success.
Woohoo!
Well, I mean that's good, but so you're American living here or what?
Yes, I just moved here. Purchased a hotel in town.
Or
Fancy.
just a hotel?
Yes.
She kind of tenses as she looks at you for like a couple of moments.
Natalia, you seem like you need a drink.
Oh, I would love that. Thank you. Just whiskey. That's fine.
That kind of night.
Yeah. And she smiles to Victor. Like, I have a lot of. It's. Never mind me. It's fine. It's fine.
Victor, can I get you anything?
Wine would be wonderful.
What type?
Don't know. I'm not honestly.
Pick a color.
Red.
It's okay. He'll go back to the bar for a minute and then come
All
back.
the wine snobs hate me because I like the fruity tasting wine. I'll admit it.
Well, I
Does
mean,
he
you are
say
from
that?
Arizona.
Oh yeah.
You are from Arizona.
Yeah, you will notice, like, Natalia's probably sitting across from you. You'll notice, like, it's like some of the tension just goes away a little bit, and there's a bit of a smile at that comment. She's like, Yeah, well, most of those wine assholes are snubs who really don't have very too much time on their hands, honestly.
Yeah, I've done some research on it. Funnily enough, it sounds like most of the wine stuff is actually made up anyway. Like
I
it's
would be surprised.
yeah. But that's okay. I try not to judge others for anything other than the behavior I see. So
What's the fun in that? She'll come back eventually with drinks for you too. She's not drinking anything.
Nope, it just seems to be the way of the world. Everybody wants to judge everybody else, and it doesn't. That's not how I roll. It makes me super popular in my covenant as well. Smile big. He is a very genuine person. Like none of this is coming off as fake. You can roll empathy if you want, but he's not being fake. He's young.
So am I.
So you wanted to... Oh no, this was before she came. So you just got here and you buy places. You like it? You like it so far?
Oh yeah, it's there's a lot of history here, and I like that. I've done the sightseeing, look at the different buildings. It's a beautiful place. Lovely people, good food. I don't know. I like it.
Right. Yeah, I I might not know it, but yeah, it's I've lived here for quite some time.
Oh,
That's good.
do you like it?
Me?
Well, Natalia.
Oh.
She said she lived here for quite some time, so.
Well, I do like it.
Good.
Well, maybe not this place, but the city itself. Yeah, I do enjoy it.
Now, this place was just, I don't know, it seems like a good social gathering, and I figured at least one or two of our kind might show up to meet, and I got lucky. So look at that.
Already did so. Correct.
I have to meet with someone eventually named Alara Shade. Have you met her?
Oh yeah. She's
yeah.
big shot at Elysium.
Yeah. She. I want to start. I want to renovate the bottom section of my hotel into thinking like a jazz club or something. I don't know what I'm going to do some research to see what kind of club would do well. But I hear she runs most of the clubs, and I don't want to step on toes. Because that's a way to make people very angry, and I don't like making people angry if I don't have to.
Who controls the Invictus territory around here?
Actually, what the hell do you roll for that?
No,
It's something. I'm just talking to myself here. Upon that comment, like Natalia is just... It looks as though Natalia wants to say something to Victor on that comment, but then she turns to you and she says, well, generally, every question about the Invictus has a very costly price, so I don't think that's something that anyone really knows.
Oh, are we doing that?
I think it's mandatory, and well, I don't even know, so I couldn't tell you if I wanted to.
She kind of laughs. Well, I didn't care that much. I was just curious, honestly. I said I try to keep out of politics, and the Ordo is much more concerned with what you're doing rather than who you are and playing that game.
I believe the Prince is Invictus, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
I suppose he would be the one to talk to then.
And wait a minute. Wait a minute. You work for someone who is not in your cabinet?
Short answer, yes.
How does that work?
We travel a lot.
That's not an answer.
Joshua and I have a history, and
Complicated. I get it.
somewhat complicated, but
Yeah, I really shouldn't really pry like that. I'm sorry.
the short and the long of it is that I do research, I get work done, I get results. That's primarily what the Order is concerned with. And my alliance with the circus and Joshua allow me the space and the resources and the time in order to do that. So as long as nobody's toes get stepped on and we both continue to do what is expected of us, it's not an issue.
Okay, I get it.
Besides, it makes for some interesting late night conversations.
I don't know Joshua, and I don't know if he would consider this rude. What covenant is he then, if you're Ordo?
The Jesus freaks. I'm sorry. The lengthy of Sanctum.
He's not particularly subtle about it. I don't think he would mind being told.
Yeah,
I'm sure he'd love to meet you.
If you're into flamboyant people, he is going to be right up your alley. But yeah,
I like people, so the flamboyant, not flamboyant, doesn't matter.
she kind of just quirks a brow and just looks at you for a moment. She doesn't say anything. She just looks at you.
I smile. It's the best I got.
She looks at the doctor, just looks between the two of you and just goes, maybe I'm not used to certain things, but you two seem very, very relaxed and very, well, not of the asshole persuasion.
Well, they do it. I generally don't give a shit.
Well, I can appreciate that, honestly. But I don't think I've ever heard the expression, I just like people, from anyone of our kind, honestly.
I mean, I certainly don't.
It's to each their own.
No, look, it's not the criticism, it's just the first. Let's say that.
Well, I'm happy to have been your first. I like people amongst our kind.
Right, but just well, I suppose looking like you do it, it's not hard to have people like you. I mean, let's be honest.
You're one to talk.
Hey,
That was a compliment if you didn't pick up on it.
thanks, but yeah, you know. Whatever.
Oh, you two are probably my favorite people I've met in a long time.
Aw, that's intense. One thing I've noticed about our kind and vampires, or our kind and people around here, they take themselves far too seriously.
I mean, there are times to be serious, and I'm serious when I have to be, but
Natalia just lifts her glass and toasts to you, Isabella. Just makes a toast in your direction and takes a sip.
I'm serious when I have to be, though. I think. Sometimes. Maybe.
Well, there's certainly times to be serious.
Or I get in trouble. Yeah, getting in trouble sucks.
What is it really impolite to ask people their clan? I can't remember.
I don't know.
I don't think so. I think it's typically kind of obvious, isn't it? Or isn't it a perception check? Or not perception. Freaking Requiem.
I don't think you can, like, you can tell if a person is Nosferatu because of their aura,
Hmm.
repulsion, but others, I don't think it's immediately apparent. Only that they're kindred.
Yep. I don't take it as impolite.
I don't think it is. I mean, it wasn't in the old system. I don't think.
Well, sometimes it was.
I don't know.
But
I honestly.
Some people took offense to that sort of thing, but people take themselves too seriously.
This night might actually be end on a high note. That's good.
Hmm.
We're all in agreement. Well, quite a few people take themselves too serious. That's good.
Yeah. I haven't met them yet. I'm sure I will
Yeah.
eventually.
Give it time. You're in London.
Yeah, I was literally just thinking that. It's like, London. I gotta imagine Paris is interesting on the I don't know, do we still call him Kindred here? I don't know. The vampire circuit.
Yeah, just kindred, given the company and the place, I think the V word should be not sit, honestly. So
All works.
but honestly, we should have better code language, like I don't know, like a fruit or something, so people wait for it.
I think that's less subtle.
Well, I mean, for the purposes of things, people will just think you're weird if you're talking like pineapple this or raspberry this, but that would work better. It would be not like kindred. What does that mean? It's weird.
That makes sense. That makes actual perfect sense.
Yeah, it normally does when I do things. It normally makes a lot of sense.
It's a good talent to have.
Oh yeah.
So, sometimes I go the opposite way with that, and it doesn't turn out too well. So I wouldn't recommend it to anybody.
So was that you, Victor? You said you had questions. Honestly, I'm not the person to ask.
One of the main
most-
questions I had was the food situation, but I guess I'll talk about that here a little bit later. And I found out about a circus, so that's new and exciting.
Well, there was that thing at Elysium. She looks to Isabella.
Oh, are we talking about that?
I don't know, but it was like from official, kind of official, that people look into it,
Victor looks back and forth between the two ladies, obviously not having any idea what they're talking about.
Yeah, it's a thing with the fucking. There is problems with some unwanted people, elements in the city that bringing certain problems to the whole food situation. But
Kids don't know how to clean up after themselves.
You'll like, if you meet with the keeper, I'm sure she can fill you in.
I understand.
He said he's yours, so you tell him what you want.
Pineapples don't know how to clean up after themselves. Got it.
See, that's like perfectly normal conversation. No weird words. Just a strange conversation.
It would. Oh goodness gracious! I haven't laughed this much in a while. Thank you, ladies.
Yeah, I am to please. I don't know about Isabella.
Depends on my mood. This is honestly more entertaining than I expected it to be when I came here tonight.
Well, I'm glad to hear that.
Okay, then I will take all the credit.
It was all her. Quickly.
Natalia just does a bow a little bit. She stands up and bows, but then sits down again.
So are you both from London?
No, I'm from Philadelphia.
Oh, that's like London, only
not at all.
Completely different. Yeah. Philadelphia.
And yeah, this is totally East End of London accent I have.
See,
Um,
I wouldn't doubt it, honestly. I've heard so many variations of accents since being here, and they've been very dramatically different. So it could be. I was guessing somewhere Eastern European, but
Well, I mean, what would give you that idea? I mean,
oh,
yeah, my parents moved here at some point
yeah.
from there around. I got here when I was very young. So
Vague.
what?
We have a general direction and a continent, so I suppose that narrows it down.
Well, I mean, it's just we have to I can't divulge too much because of my fucking thing.
What fucking thing?
The fucking never mind.
I'm gonna Google you.
I mean, it's been drilled into my head that I shouldn't divulge too much information because I don't know who is fucking
I'm gonna
always
Google you.
looking to kill me and keep your cards close to your chest, yada yada yada, all that shit.
I've heard all that.
Yeah.
Can I do intelligence computers to just Google you right now?
Do it.
I'm totally doing it. Just to be a dick.
Do you have a Facebook page? Tell me you have a Facebook page.
Of course. So whether it's actually, you know what? If this game takes place in 2010, it's probably still probably might still have a MySpace
Oh
page.
yeah, you guys can get on my top 8
You
spaces.
can, yeah, you can roll it. You can roll it.
For real. Top 8 spaces. Natalia and the Doctor.
Oh damn! I got 3 successes. Totally found your MySpace page.
You can find a Facebook page. There isn't really anything on there. A couple of photos that looks like old photos of her, and nothing. Like she's maybe said 2 things. One is 3 years ago. One is 2 years ago. And there's really nothing there. Like, actually, most of the profile picture is actually not her. It's when you sit there, it takes a while. The pictures of her, the pictures of the girl is actually someone else. But it's drawn, so it's very nondescript profile. It could be her because
No, that's no fun.
do you Google her?
Yeah.
There is not much there either. There is actually very little. There might, there's probably, you get like a lot of things on Belenko because that's a fairly common name, and Natalia. But again, if you look, like, it's the first 15 things are more famous people, and Natalia something or Belenko something.
Mm-hmm.
So
I tried.
like after a moment, Natalia would just look at, like, probably notice. You're not cheating. What the fuck?
I mean, you never explained the rules.
I'm going to let you off the hook this time, but
Oh, goodness gracious. So what do you, we have a doctor. What do you do for a living, Natalia? Or is that too personal too?
No, it's fine. I she almost clenches her, again, she tenses up again. Kind of, a little. It's nothing like there's no like change in the predatory aura or anything, but there is a definite tension. It's just I do what my sire wants me to, and I don't know, look into things and talk to the people. Talk to people. I tend to be good at that when I want to, and he directs me and he wants me to do certain things, and I do things for him, and to better my the the covenant.
Understood. My sire was kind enough to stay in Arizona.
So there's a bit of a smile. She's about to take out a package or a cigarette, and is about to light it, as she just catches herself, puts it down again. She's just, yeah. Which is, of course, for me mostly just being seen and stuff.
Well, that's our pleasure then.
Oh yeah, you had the big deal, sire.
No, I didn't.
Didn't you?
No, you must be mistaken.
Hmm.
I am going to roll again. And she is bad at this. Aha! I had a success.
I mean, I was there. I remember the conversation.
Yeah. But she's still gonna try. So.
Woohoo!
Aha. Yeah. There might have been a thing. Again, you're quite certain that she knows whatever Isabella has said. You're quite certain that Natalia knows what that means.
I see.
This is what I get for spending most of my time at the circus. Subtleties lost on me.
A lot of things, and that's one of them, are overrated.
Again, there's a time and a place for it. You can speak frankly with me because I'm not going to push. So if someone says, I don't want to talk about that, I'm not going to push. Sometimes I may get confused. That happens often. Trying to think. Any interesting hot spots in London? Other than the circus?
I actually found this real great. And you both notice that she stops. There's this good, that's actually a pretty good spot. Very nice place. Quite the somewhat exclusive clientele, but pretty good. Again, you noticed that she caught herself.
Oh, I should actually probably get going.
Okay, well, it was a pleasure to meet you. He'll stand up and help you pull your chair out.
I got it.
No.
But I'm sure you two have a lot to talk about.
Of course.
Official business and all that. I don't want to impose.
It was a pleasure to meet you. He'll actually give you a business card that has his number on it. It's like, if you ever need anything, shoot me a call.
What manner of something are you offering?
I just help. So it all depends. Shoot the call, ask the question. I can give you a yes or no answer. That's the best I can do.
What area, though?
I own a hotel, so if you need a place in the city to stay, if you need some transportation, I can do things.
I might get in touch with you about advertising.
That would work.
Just drop off some flyers for you at some point.
All right. Thank you. It was a pleasure to meet you.
You too. Good to see you again, Natalia.
Likewise, do you have, did we exchange email? I forget.
I don't believe so.
Why don't we just do that, just for the sake of it?
She'll give you an email.
And you'll get one.
Actually, she'll give you a business card too.
Okay, fair enough. She doesn't give you a business card. Mm. And yeah, she will also, somewhat respectfully, well, a bit again, a bit informally, but she will just say, "Have a good evening. It was a
Yes.
pleasure to meet you again."
So hopefully you'll see one of our performances. I don't perform, but I make sure everything runs smoothly.
Right. Yeah, I might.
Right, so she'll stand and let herself out, and I gotta go.
Okay.
Bye, Terry.
Goodbye. Bye.
Bye. Yeah, a little bit after she's gone. So he just again sits down. So you're here without your sire, and you have bought a hotel,
Yes.
and you are worryingly open and nice. I don't mean to sound strange or suspicious. Well, I am suspicious, but can you help me do the math here? Because
Explain, and I will.
did you get away from your sire and just decided to be
The
not
nicest the
or
nicest way to put it is my sire pretty much lost me in a bet to someone else,
what?
and I am here now.
Whoa, go back. Go back a little bit. He lost you in a fucking bed?
Yes. Does this shock you? With our people?
Again, she tenses. No. 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 Actually, it does not fucking surprise me. Fucking slavery. It's just fucking perfect and super. And wow. Well,
they haven't been able to
I'm
beat the nice person out of me yet. I don't think they'll be
I'm
able to.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine. It's
No, it's not fine. I am so fucking sorry. I'm actually she comes over and she hugs you.
well, thank you.
And she just pats you a bit on the back. Again, this is
He does tense up, but he's not like any sort of bad way.
yeah, and this is also again, depending on how many you've met within the thing and well, kindred in general, that's not typical behavior.
Right.
Well, I mean, maybe depending on who you've met, but
Yeah.
I would think that it's maybe not the most normal.
No, it's not the most normal behavior.
But she does it, and she just says, "Is that what are you getting money and stuff, or what?
No, I had money before.
What do you mean you had money before?"
When my parents passed away, they left me a large sum of money that I was smart enough to put into my own bank accounts, and I used my money for me.
What is a lot of money?
Millions of dollars. I was able to buy a hotel with cash.
So you've grown up in America like some trust fund
Oh
person?
no, not at all. No, my parents just had very good. They had risky jobs. And I grew up. My mother worked 2 jobs. My father worked 3 jobs to put me into a good school, and they put out very hefty life insurances on each other. So when my father died, he had a heart attack and passed away. That put me and my mother to the point where my mom didn't have to work anymore. And then she passed away as well, and everything got left to me. So actually, being in money is new to me.
Natalia is gonna try something, but she is probably gonna fail. And if she fails, I'm going to. Ah, she actually succeeds. She just nods, and she just nods and says, "Hmm, okay, so you came here and trying to do your own thing, except you're being traded as a fucking."
The person that I spend my time with, that was replaced to my sire as the person teaching me, is a good person. So I don't take actually a better person than my sire. So I don't take too much problem with it.
Oh, okay. Who don't? I hope you don't mind me asking, who is this person?
Um, Out of character, we haven't come up with the person yet. It's a Deva. I'll
Oh,
say
okay.
it's a Deva.
Oh, okay, fair enough. But yeah, there is a name and stuff.
Yeah.
And she just nods, and you go, well, maybe. You know what? Maybe one day I'll meet her.
I hope so. She's really an interesting individual. I'm sure if that Mrs. Shade gives me permission to start the club, or okays me starting the club without it stepping on her toes, then she'll spend a lot of time there, I'm sure, because I'm going to try to make it pretty nice, and I'm going to have a pineapple friendly area.
Yeah, those pineapples are hard to please, but
Yes, I know.
yeah. It's well, good. It's good to know that It's good to know that some good can come of. Again, she kind of just trails off. She seems to be lost in her own thoughts somehow, or kind of. But she kind of just she doesn't shake her head, but she just kind of blinks a couple of times and just looks up at you and smiles. And she
Natalia,
continues.
Natalia, is it okay if I speak freely for a moment?
Uh, sure, but no, I'm seeing someone.
No, not that. So I appreciate it. Are you okay? You seem very unhappy.
No, I'm not unhappy. I'm good.
Okay.
I'm totally good.
Are you? Okay, I'm sorry if I overstepped. I just wanted to make sure, because if you weren't, I
Yeah,
would do everything I can to change that
yeah.
for you.
That's a failure, and I'm gonna make it a critical failure. Um, there is something about this specific conversation. Your guess would be about sires.
Right.
That is really not her thing.
Okay.
It's actually probably what's really like. This is a real soft spot for her and a real maybe weakness.
Okay.
You're quite certain, and that's probably it. She's trying, like she denies it, but you're quite certain that's probably what's going on here.
Okay. I appreciate it.
Since it's a critical failure.
Well, I do make sure she gets one of my cards. On any note, if you ever need anything or just to talk, I'm here.
Oh yeah, but don't worry, I'm not looking for new real estate. Like I don't have a city block I need to purchase, so don't don't worry.
No,
Uh,
it's not. I didn't mean anything like that. It was just more being polite.
Right.
and an
I'm sorry.
extension of friendship. I know where you come from because I come from the same place.
I'm just having to getting used to people being polite just without any visible motivations. I mean, who knows? Look, thank you, but I'm really good. It's just stress. Like there's a lot
It's
of
not a
things at
problem.
work.
Did you have an answer for the feeding grounds now that she's not here?
Yeah, she will give you general areas
Okay.
that is controlled by the Invictus.
Okay.
She would know. So she will give you the up and up part of it.
Okay.
I think it is also specified in the rules sections in Discord.
Okay. I appreciate that.
Like there are some certain parts of the city, but yeah, she will give you like a general view of it.
I appreciate that immensely. So,
Well,
um,
I mean, again, aim to please and look pretty and all that.
well, you've done all of the above.
Thanks. Just smiles.
He will happily small talk. I'm running out of things to chat about. So,
Yeah, like actually it would probably be like they would probably small talk for 5-10-ish minutes.
okay.
Just a general. She doesn't small talk. It will be more like if it is just like weather or like really nothing topics, she'll call the conversation. But if you begin to talk, let's save that for another scene. Yeah, she just carries conversation for about like 5 or 10 minutes, and then she will at some point say that she will probably get a message on her phone. She'll check it, and there'll be a little bit of tensing up, and she will just say, "Well, it's been a pleasure, Tom Victor, and have your card. You have," and she'll give you an email.
Okay.
Just if there's anything, and I'll talk to you later. I have to skip.
All right. Well, you take care.
Yeah, same to you. Same to you. And if you need to talk about the fucking, she kind of shakes her head, bad thing, then even though it ended up good, it's still gonna be fucked up. I mean, please just send me a message if there is anything.
Hmm.
And yeah, she will get up and begin to leave.
He will go back to socializing and then eventually go about his time.
All right. And with that, the scene will come to a close. Thank you very much, players, for playing, and watchers for watching. Good night.